Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Sec 3 of A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Second Golden Thread.
As.
Ah.
A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Second Golden Thread. Charles Dickens. Sec 3. Anne. They are turned towards the prison. They whisper at the fountain that although condemned to death he will not be executed. They say that petitions have been presented in Paris, showing that he was enraged and made mad by the death of his child. They say that a petition has been presented to the king himself. What do I know? It is possible. Perhaps yes. Listen then. Check number 1 of that name sternly interposed. Know that a petition was presented to the king and queen. All here. Yourself accepted. So the king take it. In his carriage in the street. Sitting beside the queen. It is Defarge whom you see here, who, at the hazard of his life, darted out before the horses. And once again listen. Tag, said the kneeling number 3. His fingers ever wandering over and over those fine nerves, with a strikingly greedy air, as if he hungered for something that was neither food nor drink. The guard, horse and foot, surrounded the petitioner and struck him blows. I hear. Go on then, said Defarge. And, on the other hand, they whisper at the fountain, resumed the countryman, that he is brought down into our country to be executed on the spot, and that he will very certainly be executed. They even whisper that because he is slain in Sainer, a parasite. One old man says at the fountain that his right hand, armed with the knife, will be burnt off before his face, that into wounds which will be made in his arms, his breast, and his legs, there will be poured boiling oil, melted leet, half resin, waxy, and sulphur. Finally, that he will be torn limb from limb by 4 strong horses. That old man says of the Lake King. Louis 15. But how do I know if he lies? Listen once again then. Tag, said the man with the restless hand and the craving air. The name of that prisoner was Damiens, and it was all done in open day, in the open streets of the city of Paris. And nothing was more noticed in the vast concourse that saw it done than the crowd of ladies of quality and fashion, who were full of eager attention to the last of the last. Darthe prolonged until nightfall, when he had lost 2 legs and an arm, and still breathed, and it was done why. 35, said the mender of words. He looked 60. It was done when you were more than 10 years old. Enough, said Defarge, with grim impatience. Unlive the devil. Well, some whisper this, some whisper that. They speak of nothing else. Even the fountain appears too full to that tune. At length, on Sunday night when all the village is asleep, come soldiers, winding down from the prison, and their guns rain on the stones of the little street. Workmen dig, workmen hammer, soldiers laugh and sing. In the morning, by the fountain, there is raised a gallows 40 feet high. The menderverds looked through rather than at the low ceiling, and pointed as if he saw the gallows somewhere in the sky. All work is stopped. All assemble there. Nobody leads the cows out. The cows are there with the rest. At midday, the roll of drums. Soldiers have marched into the prison in the night, and he is in the midst of many soldiers. He is bound as before, and in his mouth there is a gegditso, with a tight string, making him look almost as if he laughed. He suggested it by creasing his face with his 2 thumbs, from the corners of his mouth to his ears. On the top of the gallows is fixed a knife, blade upwards, with its point in the air. He is hanged there 40 feet high and is left hanging. They looked at one another as he used his boot cap to wipe his face, on which the perspiration had started afresh while he recalled the spectacle. It is frightful. Messieurs, how can the women and the children draw water? Who can gossip of an evening? Under that shedder, under it, have I said, when I left the village, Monday evening as the sun was going to bed, and looked back from the hill, the shadow struck across the church, across the mill, across the price, and seemed to strike across the earth. Messieurs, the hungry man gnawed one of his fingers as he looked at the other 3, and his finger quivered with the craving that was on him. That's all? Messieurs, I left at sunset as I had been warned to do, and I walked on, that night and half next day, until I met, as I was warned I should, this comrade. With him, I came on, thou riding and now walking, through the rest of yesterday and through last night. After a gloomy silence, the first Jack said, Ed, you have acted and recounted faithfully. Will you wait for us a little? Very willingly, said the mender of roads, whom Defarge escorted to the top of the stairs, and then, leaving seated there, returned. The 3 had risen, and their heads were together when he came back to the garret. How say you? Fac, don't want the number 1 to be registered as doomed to destruction, returned Defarge. Magnificent, croaked the man with the craving. To be continued.